Welcome to the PoPolitickin show. Founded in 2008, PoPolitickin is a hip-hop meets self-help brand. With each interview, we teach the babies and share success secrets with you, the listener. Past guests of the PoPolitickin show include Yo Gotti, Currency, MC Light, BG, Dead Prez, Rashida, Project Pat, and more. We also showcase the future upcoming stars of hip-hop. Subscribe on iTunes and get automatic updates of each podcast episode.
PoPolitickin.com.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's Demo from the mighty Roofless, California. I'm now politicking with Po on PoPolitickin.
It's still good right now. You know, don't bury me in the love. Time is everything. So like, you can move me forward. Hey, right? You can move me more forward.
Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Shorty, why you acting? You so sure you know it all, then surely why you asking? I was hoping we could trip and board a flight to Aspen. We could spend the night in Denver, then explore the sights in passing. But of course you can't imagine. You want them Louboutins so you could sport the latest fashion. Tiffany's and Michael Kors and BCBG baggage. Instagram, a Twitter feed, and Periscope you snapping. But I can't say that I blame you. In the age of information shit, I can't say that I ain't you. I need them Yeezy boost and black on black and in the gray too. Some jeans with missing denim and a shirt that got a label. What aficionados we are. Ooh, how quickly we forget about what has got us this far. You be deep inside these pockets as these colleges are. The concept of young and dumb, I find it kinda bizarre. Look, timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Don't bury me in the casket. Pinky ring hanging out the side of an Aston. Don't bury me in the casket. Pinky ring hanging out the side of an Aston. Shorty, why you faking? I was hoping we could roll and spend the evening skating. Breakfast by the creek or skip some rocks across the basin. Your head on top, my chest together, we lie down adjacent. But of course I can't explain this. I'm trying to figure out the picture we somehow have painted. We ain't even talking, but we tweet each other daily. Subliminal or not, nah, you just think I'm hating. Maybe we secretly are. Not so secret, we done tweeted what we think that we are. This season I shall be the cleanest one in the yard. And when I walk into your circle, get a round of applause. Ooh, she wasn't ready. Ooh, you are so petty. Ooh, he flexing on you. Ooh, you oughta get him. What a coincidence, man. What a coincidence, man. Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Timing is everything. Women in wedding rings. Live like you're 17. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave. Live like you never leave.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you download our app and subscribe to the podcast. I'm now politicking with the homie Demo. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, brother? I'm out here chilling, man, living life, thoroughly blessed.
All right. So the first thing, can you talk about your hometown? Let us know where you're from.
Yeah. So I'm from a military background, like a lot of people based out of San Diego. A lot of San Diego's a big military town, so a lot of people who are living in San Diego weren't necessarily born there, and I'm one of those cases. I moved around a lot. San Diego is where I ended up, kind of in my later years, and kind of like the grown up stages of life, I'll say. And Chula Vista to be specific, and kind of moved around in that little area for a little bit. So that's kind of like my background. I moved around a lot, but landed in San Diego.
All right, and give us an interesting fact about you that we might not know.
An interesting fact. Let's see. Interesting fact is I went to school at Cal State San Marcos in North County. I got my degree in social science, so which is like a combination of political science, sociology, and communications.
All right. So you put that in the rhymes?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I have on my most recent album. It's called Here I Go. It's an EP. The first record on there is called Business School, and it kind of talks about that type of stuff. So.
All right. So talk about your career more. Just let us know like how long you've been with music, how you got involved with everything like that.
Yeah, man. I've been doing music for I don't know. It's like over 10 years. Like I think after I hit the 10-year mark, I kind of stopped counting. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for a minute. Started out just putting out little tapes. Had a studio in my garage, and and had the homies come over and we'd create music. You know what I'm saying? And put it out for the high school, the middle school, wherever I was at the time. And then I think when I got to college, I started just taking it a lot more serious. And my first project was one that kind of infiltrated the university. It was called My Name is Demo, and that's when I started doing like a whole bunch of shows out in the city in North County, and kind of just did that whole North County circuit. Dropped another album called Emotions, and then that kind of brought us to downtown San Diego and was doing the shows all in downtown San Diego. I mean, all of the areas in San Diego, and then just continued to just hone in on my art. And, throughout that time, I kind of went through changes where it was just like you originally just start making music to kind of sound like what you're used to hearing. And then you start learning yourself as an artist and start, making original music that is more to your liking or more to that caters to your sound. And that's kind of like how it's been. And I think right now I'm more in a stage where it's like, I'm able to be a little bit more free with myself and free with my music. I'm older. I'm 28 years old. And there's, I kind of, the things that I may have talked about back in the day, I might not want to talk about no more. And now, music is changing so much. It's a lot of melody driven, so I think for the most part, people who understand and listen to my music, they know that I come from a lyrical background. Most of my music has lyrics, there's storylines, and there's messages. That's like the most important part of the art for me. And now it's like more trying to put melody into it and give you something to rock with a little bit. So that's kind of where I'm at now.
I would say, did you do shows in the Southeast?
I did. I haven't done anything in the
Southeast.
Southeast.
I don't mess with the Southeast. I was trying to see what you was gonna say.
Yeah, nah.
I stay in North County.
A little amount of fan base out there though, just because of friends that have sprinkled around and show my music. So I got a cool little fan base, but I haven't done any shows out there. All
right. And then what was like the first song you actually heard in hip hop that kind of like turned you on to the culture?
The first song that I heard that kind of like made me like it just it was just like it just felt a certain way for me. It was actually my first CD that I got. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was a CD or a tape player at the time. But it was a single. It was actually a CD because it was a single. You remember when the singles used to come out and they would have 2 songs on it?
Yeah.
Single and it'd have the remix on it. That was the first thing I got, and it was Blackstreet, No Doubt.
All right.
So that was like the first thing that I was like, this is it. And And then like I kind of started growing with the music a little bit more. I mean, it was played in my house like growing up, but my family was kind of like big on like, I guess like old school. And I honestly wasn't necessarily like a big music person. My dad was like really, really into music. He had like, I just remember like he was in the military, so he would go out to sea all the time, and he had just cases and cases and cases of CDs, because that's what they do while they're on the boat. You know what I'm saying? They had a Walkman or the CD player, and they would listen to music. Thing shit else to do on the boat. You know what I'm saying? So like, so I remember him turning me on to that, and that was the first CD that he got me, was that Blackstreet. And then I think like the first project where I was just like, like the first full force project where I just like really fell in love was Nelly Country Grammar. Yeah, crazy. But the reason is my family, they're my mom and dad are from they're from St. Yeah, they're from St. Louis. Actual full body of work. And that's an amazing body of work. That's one of the only albums in rap history that's gone diamond. I think 7 or 10, I think there's like 7 albums in rap that's gone diamond. Nelly Country Grammar is one of them.
So you like Chingy too?
Nah, he was cool when they came out, but I didn't gravitate towards like that. I think it was more about Nelly was able to bring that culture to it, and you got the full St. Louis experience in one album. You know what I'm saying?
I give him that. That first CD was pretty hard though. That Country Grammar.
Nelly Country Grammar was a hard record.
All right. So how did you describe yourself as an artist?
I think I'm a storyteller. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the art is in burying the message somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's about finding the message and how you can dress it up. You know what I'm saying? How because you can say anything. We all want to say kind of similar things, and to me, the art is how you dress that message up. You know what I'm saying? I like to tell stories, and I like to use real life scenarios of things that either I go through or people around me go through, and kind of build a story around it. So I describe myself as a storyteller. If I had to be comparable, you know what I'm saying? If we're going to talk about like who would I compare myself to, I'm amongst the lanes of like a J. Cole or like a Wale. You know what I'm saying? Like in that era, that area of music is how I would describe it.
So what would you say makes you unique as an artist?
My perspective. I don't feel like I have a perspective that the perspective that I come from is not heard, and I haven't heard anyone come from the perspective that I come from. Especially being, and I think one of those main things is like if you do any rap interview or anything that you to do with rap, this is the first question that you ask me: where are you from? That's a very, very difficult question for me to answer because I have a background where I moved around a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Illinois. I moved to Hawaii. I moved to Washington State. I then moved to San Diego. I lived in St. Louis for a little bit. Like, I moved around a lot. And that's a perspective that gives me a wide lens on just life, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with people. And I don't think that perspective is necessarily heard. We oftentimes get like the same perspective in hip hop, that we're fed the exact same perspective from every artist. They just dress it different. And I feel like what makes me unique is I have a different perspective. I see things from a different lens than what I feel like is displayed in hip hop right now.
All right. So what are some of your current projects?
Right now, we're working on this album called Roofless, California. And it's kind of just talking about what I just said, that idea of just kind of not really having like a full home base, but being a Californian, which is why we called it Roofless, but still California. That's just what I feel like I am, a hearted Californian. And that project started, I think, 3 years ago maybe, and we filmed a full documentary with it. And that documentary will probably come out sooner than the album would, to be honest, because we've created so much music trying to make this album that it's like I have enough music right now to drop 3 albums if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And then also hip hop has changed in the last 3 years. Rap has changed, pop has changed, all of that. The music, you know what I'm saying, it's just changed so much. So some things, sometimes things don't stand the test of time. Not every record that I write is going to stand the test of time. And then there's some that I feel like will always stand the test of time, even with like my last project. So like, I think what's going to happen is, I explained that to say that I think what's going to happen is I'm going to end up putting out probably another EP before the end of the year, and then maybe at the top of the year next year drop an album, because I just have so much music. I don't like storing it. I feel like a lot of the music is very good, and it needs to get out. But I'm real big on seeing a big picture and like putting out bodies of work. And if you look at my catalog, like I have bodies of work as opposed to like just a whole bunch of random singles. I do that as well, but I have full bodies of work that I'm really proud of, and I feel like that's like kind of like my bread and butter is like you get a storyline within a body of work. And so I wanna be able to put that out. So I think what I'm gonna do is put out like probably like a small either EP or a short album before the end of the year, and then we'll drop something else towards the middle of the year next year. Which will probably be that Roofless California album. But for sure that documentary will come out. And we've got through my team, we've created like we're in the editing phase of that documentary, and it's already about 20 minutes long. You know what I'm saying? And it follows my life story and like my upbringing. We went back to Washington State, my elementary school, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And we have all of this. Met with my old teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like went to my old neighborhoods, all of that, and that full story is explained through the album. But I think it's going to be visually is a visual piece of art when the documentary comes out as well.
So, what are some of your interests or hobbies outside of music?
Going to the gym. That's like my therapy, man. Like
how often you go work out?
I'm about to go work out right now, man. I go 5 to 6 days a week, you know, and that's why I learn music too, you know. That's why I listen to music. I listen to new sounds. I zone out, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like to do is just hit that gym, you know, and listen to music and kind of just hear what else is out there, and at the same time just be pumping that weight.
All right. So what motivates you to make music?
I think that I'm a writer at heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that I enjoy writing. I feel like I have a story, and the fact that I have an interesting perspective, I feel like there needs to be a voice for this perspective, because even though let's say you're not from a military background and you can't really relate to that, there's a lot of people in the world who moved around and don't really have this home base. And what happens is you kind of like drift towards what you think you're supposed to act like, or what you think that you're supposed to sound like, or what you're just used to seeing, the people who look like you, or what you kind of like want to be, and like that this moving around culture and like kind of growing up like that is not really represented. You know, it's
that's how Tupac was though.
But
Tupac was like that.
Yeah, you're 100% right. But did Tupac talk about that?
No, he didn't talk about it though. But yeah, he's from New York.
Tupac talked about he's from New York, but most people, let's say you're not from this hip hop background. If you talk about Tupac, what you gonna say? West Side.
Even Master P too, because Master P was from Cali, but he's very south. Snoop
yeah.
too. You remember Snoop? Snoop from Mississippi.
Yeah, but what they talk about?
Cali.
Yeah, they pick somewhere, and that's where they relate to. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that this perspective is not necessarily represented in rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Not really, you don't really hear about it. You hear about it in their interviews. You know what I'm saying? When you ask them about it or something like that. There's a couple people like that. I think Pac is probably the biggest one, because Pac really did. That was really what he was. You know what I'm saying? But Pac came out here and was like, he just honed it in, and the epitome of what West Side rap should be. You know what I'm saying? Like that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he's more Oakland than most Oakland niggas type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like that's really, you know, he embodied that. You know, he embodied that spirit. But yeah, man, what was the original question on that one?
No, I was just asking you what motivates you.
Yeah, just that perspective and the way that I grew up, and then I just enjoy writing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even if there wasn't a beat behind it, I would still write. You know what I'm saying? I feel like before I'm a musician, I'm a writer. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And if what would you say the keys to success are in life?
The keys to success, as cliche as it sounds, is practice. You know what I'm saying? But I think the thing about success is how you define it. You know what I'm saying? Because who's to say what your success is? I think to me, it's like success is like whenever you feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing. You know, if you can at the end of the day feel like you change, you know, like what you like in your body, in your heart, you feel like, you know, you accomplish something, like you feel fulfilled, then that's your success. So it just depends on how you define success. For me, it takes a lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of work, persistence. Perseverance. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't stop, especially in a game like this where it's oversaturated. It's an oversaturated market. Everybody's trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to keep your vision. You got to be a visionary and be able to stay strong to your vision. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you become successful.
And then where do you see your career in 5 years?
Man, to be honest, I want to sign to a label. I want to get a machine behind me to help me put this out, because I feel like I have a lot of good music, and it's as easy as it can sometimes seem to be able to just put your music out. It doesn't, if you don't have that machine behind you, it's really hard to get it out to the masses. So that's where I see myself in 5 years, at least being on the back end of a deal, or in the middle of a deal, so that I can eventually break out and do my own thing. But I need help to get it out to the people, especially with my type of music. It's not necessarily a lot of club records. It's not something that's gonna travel through the basic through clubs, and build a buzz that way. I tell stories, you know what I'm saying? Like I have storylines and things like that, and I need masses to hear it and grow a consistent, strong fan base, strong following. So that's where I see myself being on a label.
And then what advice would you give to a new artist?
I feel like the best thing you can do is learn yourself. You know what I'm saying? Learn who you are, and then trust the process. And don't allow yourself to stop learning who you are, because you grow. Don't get boxed in. But you got the best piece is like trust the process. Everything is happening for a reason. It's all gonna mean something in the end. It's all gonna, you make this record, and then maybe this one might not be the one, but that one is gonna introduce you to a sound that maybe gave you the record that is the one. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta trust the process.
All right. And do you feel social media is important?
Absolutely. It's a good way to get your stuff out. If I wasn't an artist, I don't know if I would really use social media that much. But from an artist perspective, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, use and do it right, though. You know what I'm saying? That's your resume. Your art as an artist, social media is your resume. That's what people are looking at. That's your front page. You know what I'm saying? It's a free website in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Which one you use the most, or you think most effective?
Instagram and Twitter. Probably Instagram, just because of the visuals. I like that, but sometimes I want to say some shit. So Twitter. I'm not really that big on Facebook. Snapchat here and there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Instagram and Twitter is probably the ones I use the most.
All right, so I want you to give us a life hack. So something that you use in your life that improves it dramatically, that people might not know about.
When you make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, put the jelly on top of the peanut butter. Don't put it on the other side of the sandwich. Put it on top of the peanut butter. That'll be an amazing sandwich. I'm telling you, that's the life.
All right, I gotta try that. So, what would you like to say to all your fans, people who've been supporting your career so far?
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the support. I need my fans to trust the process with me, because it's a lot of people that, they hear the music and they're like, how is this not gone yet? How is it not? How come you haven't gone? Because it's not my time yet. When the time is right, it's going to happen. Just keep supporting, keep following, keep reposting, because that shit goes a long way. And then, when you see my shit, like my statuses, you like my pictures, comment, and keep sharing the music. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it out to the people.
Sound like you got some Sixer fans over there, some 76er fans. You keep saying trust the process.
Oh, man, I was saying that before that. I was saying but I am an Iverson fan, but Sixers, nah. I'm not really rocking with it right now, but but they got to trust the process too. They need to trust the process. It's about that time for them, though.
I want to say thank you for coming through politicking with me.
That's right.
You want to give me your social media and everything?
Follow my social media at thisisdmo, THISISDMO, on everything. And then so that's Facebook, or that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's Snapchat. And then my website is thisisdemo.com. Download my music on Apple, Tidal, Spotify. Just type in DMO, Here I Go, and everything will pop up for you.
PoPolitickin.com.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's Demo from the mighty Roofless, California. I'm now politicking with Po on PoPolitickin.
Draft.
Real clever, man. Real clever. I lost my favorite sunglasses in the summer of 2012. We ain't seen the shade since.
Switch a lot of lanes in that all-white Benz. 9-5 shades with the off-white trim. It ain't even summer, but it feel like this. California rain comes seldom. Clever.
Surround on the sound and increase the flow. Pound for the pound, I'm the king, you know. Haters didn't want a nigga seed to grow. Throwing salt on another wise season flow. A lot of late nights, Arsenio. Glass full of Pinot Grigio. Class graduated my degree, you know. Add to the things that I achieved before. This right here, my chance to say. Air it all out like a can of spray. Might go and even get a band to play. Make them wonder how a nigga got the answer sway. Worry about the past on the man today. This a real estate from a land away. I can innovate, but you can't relate.
The rain never even had a chance to stay. Shut up.
Switch a lot of lanes in that all-white Benz. 9-5 shades with the off-white trim. It ain't even summer, but it feel like this.
California rain comes seldom.
2013 in that all-black beam. Stressing it in them on them all-black jeans. Click full of winners and they all got dreams.
California rain comes seldom. 2013 in that all-black beam. Stressing it in them on them all-black jeans. Click full of winners and they all got dreams. California rain comes seldom. Clever.
Tell these record labels I'm approachable. Line for the line with these vocals, ho. We ain't even really hit the road before. All of a sudden niggas drinking Folgers though. Never let them tell you where you supposed to go. The element of change will expose the growth. The element of hate will expose the foes. Never address shade in the post you wrote. Only vintage pics on my IG. Cold saline in my IV. Only real rap on my top 3. Andre Stacks, Pac, B.I.G. This right here, my turn to speak. Soon come talk, I turn the key. The heat come around in the 3rd degree.
The rain never even had a turn to beat. Shut up.
Switch a lot of lanes in that all-white Benz. 9-5 shades with the off-white trim. It ain't even summer, but it feel like this.
California rain comes seldom.
2013 in that all-black beam. Stressing it in them on them all-black jeans. Click full of winners and they all got dreams.
California rain comes seldom.
The PoPolitickin Show is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible is great for any continuous learner wanting to grow and expand their knowledge and insight. Go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and get an audiobook of your choice free with a 30-day trial. After the trial, your paid membership will begin at $14.95 per month. With your membership, you will receive 1 credit every month, good for an audiobook on Audible. Cancel before your trial ends and you will not be charged. So go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and download a free book by Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Damon John, and more. Always remember that knowledge is power.